Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Frank in Action. And how are you, everyone? Thank you so much for dropping by here in our part 9 of our live streaming. So, if you have any questions about NativeCamp, and if you have any questions about um, your application and those kind of things, you can actually just drop by and you can just comment in our live chat section those questions that you want to ask. Okay, guys, so you can actually say hi and you can also greet some of your co-teachers, those kind of things. Okay, so let me just inform everyone that we are now live so they can join us. All right. Okay. So if you have any questions, guys, please make sure to ask those questions. I will try my best to include those um, questions in our live stream. Okay. Hold on for a while. So yes, Kathleen, thank you so much for dropping by here in our live streaming. We also have Crystal Marie Boynafe. Thank you so much for having me, for dropping by. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you can just comment those questions in our live streaming in YouTube. So if you don't know yet, or if you are asking about the link on how you're going to comment your question, you can actually click this link here. All right, guys, so if you are not yet part of our group page, you can actually copy and paste this link. This is our Facebook group page. So our updates and also our announcement regarding Native Camp and also there are also teachers there who are willing to help you when it comes to your application process, or if you want to be referred, you can actually join in that group page. So you can also use my credentials, but I highly suggest that you are going to join first before you're going to uh, let anyone be be your referrer. Okay, so make sure that that person who is whom you choose to become your referrer will be able to help you all throughout your application process. So walang iwanan dito, guys. Okay. All right. So we have here questions. So hi, Jeshaya. Good afternoon to you. We also have Presha Samporna. Good afternoon. And we have here question yung about sa lesson review. Yes, Crystal Marie Buenafe. Buenafe. Yung about sa lesson review para ma-check kung sinong nag-rate ng mataas or mababa. Bakit kaya natatagalan sila nun? Ilang weeks na po yun? I'm not sure about this one, but when it comes to review, guys, you can actually check on my previous content in this channel. I was able to discuss to you about the review. Okay, so when it comes to review, guys, every Monday it will be updated. So that would be our new feature. So teachers or students can actually click the like button uh, of those reviews from other students. So once meron na po yung like, most of the time it will be updated, always on top. So again, there few students are actually interested to do this this review or the new feature. So maybe even isang like lang yung yung nag-like, malaking possibility na matatagalan talaga na mag-review, on top pa rin siya. So kapag magiging custom kung magiging custom na sa mga student natin na magre-review sila like by clicking like button and dislike button, siguro yan na yun yung parang nagpapalit na yung mga review. But since this is a new feature, what can we expect? So maybe hindi lahat ng mga student natin is interested to get that or to click that button, like and unlike button. So balik natin yung question. All right. I think you're talking about how can we identify kung sino yung nag-rate sa atin or not. I hope they will not do that. Yan talaga yung opinion ko, because it creates conflicts between you and your student. So, mas maganda na sila lang yung may alam, yung mga student. And then, if nag-rate sila ng mababa sa'yo, that's our, what I call this one, problema natin yun as a teacher. Okay? We need to be frank here. Okay? Kung mababa, mababa, dapat tanggapin natin at we really have to accept na we have a lot of rooms to improve. Okay? So, wag masyadong mabahala sa low ratings. Kung bago pa sa materials, kung bago pa sa system, kung bago pa sa platform, kung bago ka pa sa ESL industry. Normal lang yan. Kahit anong industry na pupuntahan mo kapag bago ka pa, of course, you will be in the steep learning curve. Okay, so if you want to join us in our stream, live streaming, guys, you can actually click this link, or you can copy paste this one and you can put your email and you can join me here in our live streaming. All right, so Miss Crystal, thank you so much for that question. Again, kung sino yung nag-rate, I think that's the least priority na gagawin ni NativeCamp. This is for us to avoid conflicts between you and your student. Okay? So, kami guys, ako, every time na meron akong student naglo-low rate sa akin, chamba-chamba lang talaga kung sino yung nag-rate sa atin. Chamba-chamba lang talaga. Hindi talaga guarantee that we can identify who is that person or who's that student who rate us. Kung 5-star or low rate star. Okay, guys, so please take note. If you want to join us in our group page, this is our website. This is our link. You can join us in our group page. So, yan guys, yung lahat ng mga applicants, lahat ng mga tenured teachers nandyan. So, kung meron kayong mga tanong at hindi ako available, expect na merong makakatulong sa inyo when it comes to ESL teaching. Okay. Next is Shayara's Happiness. Okay. Hi, Sir Frank. Ask lang po about Kalan invites. May train pa ba or demo na agad? Kasi it says in their email na demo na, and that is for 5 days. When it comes to that update, since hindi naman ako nag-go through ng process sa Kalan na ngayon, but based on what I acquire from the new trainees, as of this moment, ang sabi nila is meron pong recording din na nangyayari. So, just make sure to follow what is being mentioned in your email. So, kapag na-mention na mag demo na agad, then push na yan. Pero kapag meron pa namang training, gawin nyo lang. Actually, don't overthink when it comes to don't be anxious about NativeCamp Kalan method training. So, bago siya na method kaya kakabahan ka, pero kapag gamay-gamay mo na, madali lang talaga yung Kalan lesson. So, I know it's a little bit competitive when it comes to booking lesson kapag Kalan na. Mas competent ka nun kasi maraming talagang nagbubook sa'yo. Pero hindi yan guarantee na kapag meron ka ng Kalan lesson, maraming magbubook sa'yo. Okay, yan talaga yung totoo. Depende talaga yan sa performance mo. For example, always remember that you really have to respect your student most of the time. I know that Kalan method lesson has its own method. And again, it's a method. We don't have the right to change any process. But always remember na importante din yung ratings natin. So make sure na you follow the method and then make sure that you still show respect to your student. Kasi yung iba kasi ng mga NativeCamp, yung ibang Kalan teachers kasi, stricto na sila. wala na. Hindi na sila nakikinig kasi you don't have the right to ask questions. Yun. So, no, guys. Even if they don't have the right to ask the question, mga ganon, still listen to them. Kapag sinabi nila na, wait po muna, teacher, may kukunin lang ako. Ganon. Di ba? You should say, okay, you can do that, like that. And then inform them that we already consumed 3 minutes of our lesson. So I hope you understand na konti lang yung new work natin ngayon. Mga ganun ba? Suppose kapag meron naman siyang concern about Kalan lesson, of course, it's not allowed to ask question. But kapag pabalik-balik na si student sa'yo, pag bago pa si student sa'yo, of course, you have to really follow. Like, walang mga tanong-tanong dyan. Pero pag luma na yun si student, try to treat them as your friend din. Kasi sabi nga nila kapag teacher nag-explain ng something, tarang lukot-lukot yung pag-intindi natin, di ba? But before the exam, a day before the exam, di ba, kapag yung classmate natin sa school, ano ba to, hindi ko naintindihan, in-explain. Tapos, na intindihan agad natin. Simply because kapag friend natin, mas mabilis tayong nakakaintindi. Mga ganun. So, make sure na i-establish mo yung rapport talaga. I understand, guys, and I don't, I'm just a disclaimer, tama lahat ng sinabi ng mga trainers natin. Pero, as much as possible, isipin din natin yung ratings natin, guys. Ang galing mo nga sa Kalan, sayang ang galing mo sa Kalan kapag si student intimidated sa'yo. Right? And kapag intimidated si student sa'yo, at parang nakakapagod mag-take ng lesson sa'yo kasi sobrang bilis mo magsalita, kahit hindi naman match sa student speed, talagang kunti lang talaga yung magre-reserve sa'yo. So make sure na you are always faster than your student, pero try to listen to your students. You have to match also to your students' pacing din. Kasi kapag sabihin natin na nagsalita siya ng mabilis, dapat bilisan mo rin. Pero kapag hindi siya talaga mabilis, kahit ilang beses mo na siya pinul, try to adjust. Adjust mo lang ng konti. Pero dapat, advance pa rin. Dapat, 3 words advance pa rin yung pagkakalam, yung pagbibigay natin, pag-feed natin sa sagot. 3 words at least. Or kapag mahaba yung word, try to do it like 3 syllables. At least you're still advanced. Ganon. I'm not sure, guys, how your trainers told you about how to do or do conduct how to conduct Kalan lesson. But I believe hindi talaga siya magba-vary dapat kasi isa lang talaga yung method. So, yung mga Kalan trainers natin, hindi ko na lang sasabihin yung pangalan, Miss D, Miss P. Okay, they're very good Kalan teachers. So, para sa akin, yung mga sinasabi nila dapat talaga sundin. So, kapag meron kayong mga trainers, kasi yung mga nagtitrain sa mga trainers natin ngayon, yun din sila. So, I think, uniform dapat lahat. Ganun. So, ganun, guys. All right, so we have here again, if you want to join us here, you can copy and paste this link, streamyard.com. Yan yung po yung code natin. And you can actually join us. You can visit us here in our live streaming. We have here Jade's World. Hi, Sir Frank. Yesterday, I experienced mag-teach ng nag-e-echo yung voice ko. Every time magsalita ako, and nagkakamali tuloy ako, naka-cellphone yung student. Paano ito i-troubleshoot? Kapag ganun, guys, tanungin nyo muna sarili nyo. Ano kaya, makikita naman yan sa information student natin. Ano yung ginamit ng student? Computer ba? Or mobile? Maganda kasi na-identify mo na cellphone. Anong cellphone? Android ba? Or iOS? Kadalasan, pag iOS, if the student is using iOS or Apple products, madahan or rarely nagkakaroon ng background noise. Pero minsan meron talaga, depende talaga yan sa sa gadget. So, ang pinaka-best na troubleshooting for that is to ask your student, do you have any headphone or any AirPod or yung normal na headset lang? Pwede mo yung itanong sa kanya para ma-avoid yung echo. Pag wala naman, yun nga, tiis-tiis talaga tayo dyan. And then make sure na i-remind mo si student that next time if you have the lesson, since yung background noise nagba-bounce back, meron siyang tawag dito, yung static noise na nga yung nangyayari. Sabihan mo talaga na next lesson, try to use a headphone or headset. It is advisable to you because your device also, what I call this one, nasasagap niya yung mga voice na nanggagaling sa speaker mo. So yung microphone, napaka-sensitive. So, for example, how are you going to address that one? Kasi kapag sinabi mo yun, natatakot din tayo, baka yung ratings natin maaapektuhan, di ba? So, ang gagawin mo is in a nice way. Okay, ganito gawin mo. You know what? Your phone is very good. Okay? Kasi the microphone is very sensitive. Like that. However, like that, dapat ganun yung mga mga gagawin natin. So, your phone is very good, the microphone is very sensitive, pero dapat ganito, ganyan. Okay? Pero dapat gawin mo, magamit ka ng headset kasi napaka-sensitive ng microphone mo. So, sobrang ganda siguro kapag nagsasalita ka sa phone. Sobrang ganda yan sa kausap mo. However, since you are doing Kalan lesson or if you're nagkakaroon kayo ng klase, kapag nagsasalita ako, naririnig ko yung sarili ko eh. So, ganun. So, I actually hear my voice too and it actually, what do you call this one? Parang nagka-cover siya sa voice mo. So, I can hear my voice louder than your voice. So, I really want to check your grammar. I want to check your pronunciation, but my voice is interrupting it. So, I hope next time you can take my lesson and just make sure to use a headphone, AirPod, or any separate device for you to hear me during the lesson. Ganon. So, dapat mabait lang tayo, guys, okay? So kapag mga ganun nangyari, wag agad maging hysterical na, ano ba to, baka yung ganito, hindi ko naman kasalanan. Hindi, guys. When it comes to internet, guys, when it comes to online job, ang kalaban talaga natin is internet connection between you and the client. At dito sa ESL industry, hindi yan nakakapagtaka. It's actually normal. So, ang gagawin mo na lang is correct way of, what do you call this one? The best way to approach it is to make sure na nice talaga yung approach natin. And then, praise, correct. Praise, correct. Ganun dapat gawin natin. Mag-praise ka muna bago ka mag-correct kasi correct ka dyan. Sasabihin na, OA naman na teacher na to. Ang daming gusto sa buhay. Ganun. Mahahassle pa ako. Ganun. So I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so frank this time because ang dami-dami ko talagang nare-receive ng mga messages na ano ba to? Bakit may sira ba yung system? No, guys. Kahit anong sistema, guys, when it comes to video calling, ganyan talaga yung nangyayari. Depende talaga yan sa ating gadget. Kung nagmamatch siya sa system, ganun. Marami talagang mga factors bakit nagkakaroon ng mga ganun. Okay? So, make sure na i-reverse mo lang yung situation in a nice way. Address your concern in a nice way. Okay? Next is Kathleen. What kind of action is counted as students' late cancellation? Po? Students' late cancellation. Yan. Yes, only when they didn't show up during their scheduled reserved time. Yes, ganyan. Students' late cancellation, pwede, most of the time, it should be yung student yung na late, hindi ikaw. Okay? Students late cancellation. Yeah, tama. And then, kapag, for example, nag-reserve si student, and then, what happened? During the lesson, hindi siya successful kasi yung may sira yung internet natin or hindi talaga narinig. So, NativeCamp system will check yung mga logging natin. Logging kasi tawag dyan sa internet na nangyayari sa inyo. Pag-click natin sa button, pag-log out, log in, yun yung log. Kapag nakita na ikaw ang nawala ang internet una before si student, the biggest possibility is yung internet natin is mataas yung ping. So, anong mangyayari? There's a big possibility kapag coring yan, madalas na nangyayari yan sa klase mo, sayang, guys, but NativeCamp will take that money, okay? Yung amount of money na binigay ni ng student at yung pera na yan, ibabalik yan sa student. Okay? So make sure na check your internet first prior taking any lesson. Dapat, ako guys, I'm not opening my slots ahead of time. Meron talaga akong cleanose lang. Kasi i-check ko talaga yan. Kasi kapag inopen ko yan, baka hindi na ako makapag-cancel. So, dapat ganun yan, guys. Advance mag-isip. So, the most effective way for you to do that, kasi gusto din natin magkaroon ng mga sudden lessons and meron tayong advanced forecast for the student to know na meron tayong classes, the best thing that you have to do is just open 3 days lang muna. Kapag yung mga internet natin may problema, if we have problems with our internet, just open 3-day slots. Okay? Tapos, konti lang. Ganyan. Kapag na-assess nyo na, if you already can identify that your internet connection is strong, hindi na siya intermittent connection, doon na mag-open na kayo ng mga slots. Kapag nangyari na naman, try muna. Kapag mabilis, maganda yung flow ng students natin sa buong araw, open ka ng advance na ulit. Ganon. So, dapat meron tayong assessment. Hindi lang basta-basta mag-open ka. Okay? Anyway, you're not required to open slots. But again, it's a very good option also to open more slots para makapag-book si student. Pero kapag merong problema sa internet, make sure to do that assessment also. Okay? Yun yung parang improvement plan na ginagawa ko when that happened in my lesson. And then aside from that, kahit na 3 days tapos every Sunday inopen mo lang. I-open nyo lang talaga yung Sunday, guys, para there is a big possibility that you will be included in our popular teachers list. Kasi yan yung requirements ni NativeCamp. At least 2 slots every Sunday. And then every Sunday, si NativeCamp is nagsiselect ng popular teachers. So at least 2 slots lang i-open nyo, guys, and then there's a big possibility that you will be included in the next popular teachers. Pag sinabing popular teachers campaign, yan yung time na walang babayaran si student na reserved class. So si NativeCamp na magbabayad sa iyo directly. So napakaganda talaga, guys. Sobrang ganda. I really appreciate what NativeCamp is doing when it comes to popular teacher campaign. Kasi sobrang selfless. You know, they are not earning anything, but the teacher is actually earning in that campaign. So napaka-thank you talaga. All right, so Shaira Happiness, you're welcome po. And then Crystal Mary Buenafe. I agree sa approach mo sa Kalan teach. Nice keeping notes for future reference. Yes, guys. So dapat lang talaga you really have to be yung hindi din tayo robot kasi Kalan lesson is fun. Okay? Kalan method lesson is fun. Kapag medyo ka ng stricto at sobrang lang, no, I'm just doing the Kalan lesson. This is the method. Always remember, guys, why is it that Kalan lesson is becoming the most effective? Ano yung advertising? Ano yung bait message ni not NativeCamp? The Kalan method organization itself. Kalan lesson is a direct method of learning English in a fun way. So paano magiging fun kapag stricto ka? Di ba? So done lang, guys. So minsan kapag nagtuturo tayo or we are actually learning something, anong ginagawa natin? We are actually focusing on the training and the process. At then normal lang 'yan. Talagang ganoon, parang focus ka, parang horse view ka lang na dapat ito yung training, ito sinabi sa training. But always remember, anong sinabi ni Kalan Method Organization na talagang ginaranti niya kapag nagle-learn ka ng Kalan Method? It's fun. Okay? It's fun. Naiiba siya sa ibang method kasi it's fun. Kapag hindi siya fun, guys, it means you're not doing the Kalan lesson. Yun yung sabi ng Kalan, di ba? Do the right thing, the method, but always remember, i-prioritize mo na dapat fun. Masaya si student. Kapag hindi naman tumatawa si student, wag mo nang ipilit din. Alright? Kasi parang tanga na tayo dyan na tayo. Parang inaaliw-aliw natin si student, but they're not actually interested about our what do you call this one? Enthusiasm, right? So, follow ka lang sa method. All right, next is, hi sir, how do you handle a rude student? Pag sinabi talaga na rude, guys, I always remember kapag nagko-call center agent ka, try call center industry. If you know this industry, yung call center industry, yung rude sa ESL, wala lang yan. Wala lang yan. I don't know, but this is a very good metaphorical statement na walang-wala yung rude student na yan sa rude customer sa call center industry. Kasi doon talaga nagsasalita ng sobrang sakit na salita. Dito sa atin, guys, attitude lang meron sila. And the good thing about it, I mean, I was working in a call center industry before. Common denominator sa kanila na ginawa ko to how to handle rude customers and students is I always remember that they are not here in front of me physically. Okay? Physically, wala sila sa harap ko. And whatever they say, that's their opinion. And we should respect it. And just listen to them. Kahit ano pang sasabihin nila, wala silang magagawa kundi dun lang sa salita na yan. Hindi nila ako masasaktan, hindi nila ako physically ma-abuse. So, next time, if you have this rude student, the best thing that you have to do is always remember what's your job. Your job is to teach, okay? To teach them English. And it's not your job to teach them the correct attitude. Okay? So kapag hindi na talaga tama yung attitude nila, kailangan yan, hindi mo naman yan trabaho eh. It's very rude to say this, but I actually give extra service to our student when it comes to correct outlook in life, motivation, how to motivate themselves. And that actually, parang na-attach na din niya yung tawag dito, yung pag-correct ng attitude nila when it comes to learning English. Pero kapag sobra na talaga na dominant si student at sobra talaga hindi na nakikinig, okay, I step back and just focus on, okay, I will be teaching you English. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, please ask me the question of those things that you don't understand. And if I cannot explain it right now, I'm so honest, guys. Please come back in my lesson and I will make sure that next lesson, I will be able to explain that to you. I will put that in my parking lot. Okay? And I apologize for that. Now, guys, those kind of rude student, hindi naman talaga sila rude talaga. Napaka-focus lang talaga nila sa goal nila. So, yun yung dapat isipin natin. Rude students are very focused on what they are learning now. Maybe may hinahabol sila na oras, dapat makapasa sila sa TOEIC as soon as possible kasi meron silang trabaho na dapat gawin sa ibang bansa. Or meron silang goal kaya dapat after sa university, matanggap sila sa ganito na company and one of the requirements is ganito na score sa TOEIC. So napaka-frustrating yun, guys. And we really have to understand where our student coming from. So kapag ganun yung pag naintindihan mo na si student, nafi-filter mo talaga, Miss Jennifer, kung ano yung dapat na approach din natin kay student. Kung ano ba, focus lang tayo sa grammar or we can have mga tawag dito, personal life sa discussion. Kasi minsan si student talaga yung namimilit na, may I know your blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite? At wala naman sa text, wala naman sa context ng classes. But I always make sure na kahit sila yung nag-drift ng topic, it's your responsibility na ikaw yung magbabalik sa goal, yung sa talagang topic natin for that lesson. Ganon. So, how you handle a rude student? Yun lang, guys. Always remember, you're working online. Physically, they cannot hurt you. Okay? All right, so we gotta have here, wait. Cristel Beoy Fe. I agree sa approach mo sa Kalan Teach. Nice taking notes for future reference. You're welcome po. Thank you for answering my question and for the tip. You're welcome, Jade's World. And for Miss Tina Pai. Good afternoon po, Sir Frank. Okay lang po ba mag-enhance ng background like putting some alphabet, flowers, etc.? You know what, guys? I did that like when I started here at NativeCamp 1 year, as a home-based teacher. Napaka-effective niya, guys. Just make sure you know how to incorporate your background to your lesson. Okay? Kasi yung background kasi natin yung sensitibo na element yan during the lesson. So for example, you are going to put background sa you really have to make sure na ano bang klaseng student ang na meron ka. Like for example, anong klaseng student? Kapag yung student mo kids, make sure that you can incorporate your background to your students. For example, mga Pikachu, mga alphabet letters, that's good. Kapag sure ka na mga pumapasok sa'yo is kids lesson. Pero kapag naman ang nangyayari ay mga professionals, baka mawala yung mga student natin. So the best thing that you have to do, ganito kasi yan, guys, the most advisable background is white. Plain white lang. Why? Frank, are you sure? Kasi yung ibang mga platform, ibang company actually put effort. Okay, they actually put effort, so much effort in making their backgrounds. Yes, totoo yan. Kasi, for example, yung isang company, ang alam ko, most of the time, kids lang. So, dapat, may maganda yung background. Pero kasi dito sa NativeCamp, in my own proportion sa student ko, mas maraming mga professionals. So, I choose the white background. At the same time, based on the history din sa NativeCamp, di ba, wala pang home base noon. Office-based lang. So, office-based natin, guys, walang mga background sa likod. Ay, walang mga chichiburechi sa likod. White lang. So, imagine the normal, at tapos bigla mong i-change. So, parang naiiba ka, which is good. Again, different is better than better. So, ibig sabihin, kapag naiiba ka, napapansin ka. So, again, guys, make sure that you can really incorporate your background to your teaching style. Ganun. So, dapat teaching style natin, alam natin kung anong gamit ng mga background natin. Okay? So, for example, noon, mas marami akong mga kids nung mga first year ako sa home base. Daming kids lesson sa akin. So, I put effort to put background. And then, bigla akong parang tinamad na ako yung kulay, parang nawala na yung tingkad ng kulay. So what I did, I pull it out and then back to white na naman ako. And then I tried also virtual background. Effective din siya, pero yung computer ko humihina. So I decided to go back to white. So wala talagang walang negative para sa akin lang ha, walang disadvantage pag white background lang. Kasi lahat pwede mo siyang i-occupy. Pwede mo siyang ma-occupy yung mga iba't ibang student natin. Yan guys. So, make sure lang na kapag meron kayong klase, make sure that nasa center kayo. So, what I did guys, di ba? Sa last na content ko, please watch that last content guys about camera trick. Literally camera trick. Ganun yung title ng thumbnail niya. Watch it what I did. So, make sure lang na kapag nagka-klase ka, it's up to you guys. Kasi sa akin kasi, kapag nagkaklase, gusto ko yung nakikita ko na mukha is yung mukha ko kaysa student. Kasi ayaw kong ma-intimidate ako sa student. At the same time, it allows me to smile. Kasi nare-remind ako, oy, napakaseryoso na ng mukha natin. Ganyan. So, dapat smile ng smile. So, tinitingnan ko talaga yung camera ko. And then, minsan kasi nandito na ako, kaya center ko na naman. Ganyan. So, ganun ako yun yung gamit ng feature na yun. So, actually, guys, not everyone are using it. Not everyone is using that kind of feature, but please take advantage of that feature. I have been using that for so long already, and it's very beneficial, and I hope you get to take advantage of that feature also. All right, so Kathleen, salamat po sa info teacher Frank. Welcome po. Now, Pilar Baknagan, does the number of users of internet affect the ping, sir? I'm having a high ping problem since last week. Pwede, or talagang yung provider natin is nagloloko. Pwedeng ganon. Sa amin naman sa bahay ko, dalawa kaming gumagamit kasi yung partner ko is actually using internet. Kung gaano ako kung paano ako nag-use ng internet, parehas kami ng level of usage of bandwidth. So, napakahirap din. Pero, ang maganda kasi yung provider natin namin is accommodating din kapag tinetext na nafi-fix agad. Pero, yung last week nga, nawala talaga kasi yung problema is hindi yung provider. Yung talagang system, parang may ginawa sa next street tapos naapektuhan yung wiring namin. So nawala talaga yung internet ko for 2 days. Saturday and Sunday ata yun. So ginawa ko guys, I was renovating my whole home office kaya yun nangyari. So nakakabagot talaga pag walang trabaho sa bahay. So yun ginawa ko, renovation. So yes, please watch my next video, my 3rd day of my renovation. Yan guys. Okay, so Abigail Francisco, welcome back. So Sir Frank, I received an email. Ganito. Alright guys, yan survey yan guys. So please participate on that survey. This is for us to help our teachers also and our staff na ma-identify kung ano yung root cause of this anomaly, yung parang internet problem natin. Kasi ganito kasi yan guys. Dito sa Pilipinas, ito yung problema ng internet natin sa Pilipinas. Okay, and we really have to understand that. And there's a big possibility na maapektuhan tayo nito, guys. The most important thing, the most priority here in online teaching is yung every class consistency ng internet natin. Kasi kahit gaano kakagaling na teacher, kapag yung internet natin yung may problema, talagang sulimpang tayo niyan. So, ang mangyayari niyan, guys, magsa-survey kayo kung ano yung mga pwedeng dahilan kung bakit ganyan yung nangyayari. So, the first possibility, hindi talaga to galing sa NativeCamp ha. Please disclaimer, hindi po to galing sa NativeCamp. This is just my own idea about that kind of survey. First is to identify and to help you identify kung ano talaga yung pwedeng gawin kapag ganun yung mga nangyayari. So, they are doing the survey para malaman nila kung ano yung specific troubleshooting that they can suggest to you. And maybe in the future, they can use those details, yung sinorvey natin, para yung system natin sa NativeCamp ma-improve. Kasi baka meron silang gawin based on those information. Second is, para malaman din nila kung is it advisable to have, more classes in a day? Kasi minsan, yung hindi problema si teacher napakagaling. Si teacher, napaka-energetic during the lesson. Pero, ganito kasi yan, guys. Kapag gagamitin mo yung internet mo, morning hanggang gabi, kapag gabi na yan, hihina yan. Tapos ang tanong, hindi naman Frank kasi unlimited naman yung subscription ko sa company. Meron po tayong tinatawag na cap. So, yung cap po sa internet natin provider, at iwan ko kung bakit sa Pilipinas meron yan, pero sa ibang bansa wala naman. Kapag binayaran mo unlimited, ibig sabihin pwede mong gamitin ng buong araw yung internet na yan. Pero dito sa Pilipinas meron. This is my own opinion and this is what I heard from other IT experts. Merong ganyan dito sa Pilipinas. So napaka devastating na napakasakit kasi nagbabayad tayo. Actually, yung internet fee natin is almost equivalent sa Japan na internet natin. Pero ewan ko kung bakit yung internet services na natatanggap natin dito sa Pilipinas is sobrang baba, low quality. So, meron tayong tinatawag na cap. Kapag na-occupy or kapag na-consume na yung cap natin on that day, there's a big possibility yung internet natin bababa. Hihina siya. So, there's a big possibility na the number of lessons that we conducted in one day affects also the internet performance. So, pwedeng mangyari yan na baka mas bababa pa yung number of classes natin in one day. That's my opinion. Pero napaka-least possibility yan. Pero ang pinaka-importante lang yan, guys, is you have to participate on that survey para mabigyan pa tayo ng magandang services and features sa NativeCamp system natin. That's my thing. When I received the email, just in a minute, I finished already filling in those information. Okay. All right. So that's my answer about that question, Miss Abigail Francisco. All right. Carmela Lourdes Herjas, welcome back po. Thank you so much for coming. Victor Emmanuel. Hi, Sir Frank. Isn't unfair na nilalagay ni NC ang mga bad comments or feedback ng students sa profile ng teachers? No, it's not. It's not unfair kasi tawag dito, di ba, this is a system and our clients are actually free to choose mga student. And you know what? Yan yung dahilan kung bakit maraming students in NativeCamp. Kasi yung feedback, yung review, napaka-reliable. Students, hindi naman sinasabi na lahat ng mga sinasabi ni student is totoo. Kasi as what I've said, kapag hindi ka magaling ngayon, hindi ibig sabihin na bukas hindi ka na rin magaling. It means nag-i-improve tayo, right? So, meron tayong room of improvement at araw-araw natututo tayo. Yung mga material natin na bago pa natin na-take or na-conduct as a lesson, pwedeng mas matututunan natin yan sa next na lesson natin. Mas magiging magaling tayo. For example, first time mong mag-National Geographic. Nung first ako nag-National Geographic, kapa. Kasi bago na material yan. Matagal na ako sa NativeCamp, pero bago yung material. Nangangapa ba ako? Yes, nangangapa din ako. So, Ang nangyayari niyan, meron talagang mga disadvantages kasi kapag nangangapa ka pa, nakikita ni student yan. Pero the best thing that you have to do is to be honest kay native sa mga student. Alright? So, mga ganun. Follow lang sa flow. And then, wag masyadong robotic. Wag masyadong magbabasa sa mga verbatim. Gawa ka ng mga ad-lib mo. Kasi kapag nagbabasa ka lang yan, napapansin, lalo na yung mata mo nandyan, hindi ka nakatingin. So, that's why it's very important, guys, to follow or please watch my previous video na pinost ko kahapon. Kahapon ba yun? About camera trick. Please do use that feature para makita natin yung, para ma-make sure na yung mata mo is most of the time nasa camera. Okay lang naman guys na gumaganon-ganon and then bumabalik-balik ka sa camera mo. Kasi nakikita talaga yan sa classes, okay? So, napaka-importante yan. So, hindi po unfair, hindi po unfair. Pero the good news about it, Mr. Victor Emmanuel, yung mga negative talaga, pwede mo yan i-send sa inquiry tab so that they can erase it. Depende yan how severe it is. Kapag sobrang bad talaga. Like using foul words, those kind of things. If sinabi lang naman ni student na the teacher is not familiar of the material, is that negative? Hindi yan negative. It's just, observation. At kung totoo naman talaga, hindi naman siguro yan. It's a thing that you have to improve then. And don't worry about it. Okay, so maraming mga isda sa NativeCamp. So pwede ka pa makahanap ng iba. All right, next is Kathleen. When a student chooses to do free conversation before even entering your class, how to keep a conversation going when the student is the one who only answers by saying yes or no? Okay. Try to check also your probing question if it's answerable to yes or no. Kasi kapag yung mga tanong natin is yes or no lang, pwede na dun tayo dapat magsimula. Kaya dapat pagandahin pa natin. Gumamit ng mga not ended with the yes or no question. Ano ba tawag doon? Ano ba yung term na yun? So dapat hindi siya magko-close with yes or no answers. So, for example, when you ask question, give example first. Kasi ganito yan, nag-yes and no lang yan kasi pwedeng yan lang yung alam niya na answer or pwedeng hindi niya naintindihan yung sagot, yung tanong mo. So the best thing that you have to do is share. Like for example, magtatanong lang ng what is your favorite fruit? You know what? My favorite fruit is orange, mikan. How about you? What is your favorite fruit? Ganun. So, binigyan mo siya ng example, pero indirect example siya. So, di ba? Ganun yung mga approach natin dapat. So, make sure na i-assess mo muna yung sarili mo, anong pagkukulang mo before you ask other people, the students, bakit ganito? Yung wala naman tong patutunguhan yung mga sagot niya, ganun. So, make sure to assess yourself. Paano ko ba tinanong? What is the best way? What's the best practice in asking question? Lalo na kapag beginner. Pag beginner to student, guys, make sure to model first before you expect an answer from the student. Model mo muna. Ikaw muna yung sasagot. Tapos, ibigay mo sa student mo. Para magiging basis ni student yung answer mo. Ganito sinagot ni teacher. Baka ito din baka pwede ito isagot. Ganon. So, that's how you do it. The indirect way of approach. Ganon. All right, now let's have here Janice Ferrer. You're welcome po. And then Pearl Joy Sideriosa. Hello. And thank you po, Sir Frank, Maria Teresa Tinapay. Pilar Baknagan. Oh, wow. I hope we have the same ISP. Thank you very much. Yes po, yan talaga. Yung ginamit ko is Sky. Pero kinakabahan ako kasi, di ba, na-close yung ABS-CBN. So, paano na lang kapag wa-close yung Sky? Patay. All right, so ganon. Next is Sideriosa. How to become a Kalan teacher? It's very easy. Make sure to conduct a lot of lesson. The more lessons you got, and then kapag marami talagang student na nag-i-inquire din na dapat magkalan ka na, pwede kang i-prioritize. Pero I'm not really sure about it, okay? Pero may mga student talaga nagsasabi sa akin, si teacher blah blah blah, gusto ko talagang magkalan. Of course, I don't have the power to recommend anyone, but siguro napapansin ni NativeCamp or maybe si student talaga is proactively sending messages to NativeCamp na gusto niya yung teacher na yan magkakalan kasi ang galing-galing. Ganun. Kapag bago ka pa naman dito sa NativeCamp, baka mabombarded ka kapag magkakalan agad. So make sure to yung mga materials na mga basic, dapat anuhin mo muna yan, i-experience yan para kapag dumating si Kalan sa'yo, ma-appreciate mo. Kasi again guys, Kalan is a blessing. You know, Kalan method badge is a blessing. Yung parang makakapag thank you ka talaga kapag meron ka ng Kalan kasi sobrang daming magbubook sa'yo. But again, you cannot appreciate it if you gonna get it as easy as that. So make sure to experience the agony first, and then after that you can get the blessing and you will be more thankful. Kasi ganito kasi yan, what's the difference between me and other teachers na nagko-complain? Ako guys, I have a lot of complaints. Not because of NativeCamp, but because of my experience, mga student, mga ganun. The difference between me and those people, maybe, I didn't get those incentives as easy as that. Hindi ako pumunta sa NativeCamp, hindi ako nag-apply sa NativeCamp na natanggap agad. I was rejected 5 times, and then as an office-based teacher, and then I continue applying. Kahit na papaalisin na ako, talagang pumunta pa rin ako sa office para mag-conduct ng para matanggap talaga ako. I voluntarily pumunta doon na para makinig lang sa mga training, and then one of the trainer noticed me. Ganun, di ba? Failed ka na. Ganon yung mga nangyari. Oh, failed ka na ba? Wala ka pa dito. Hindi po. Okay lang po. I didn't, basta mga ganun. Mayroong mga nangyayari noon na sobrang, I'm not proud about it, but I just want to show it to you guys na nung pumasok ako sa NativeCamp, sobrang hirap para sa art. Kasi again, I'm not a teacher. I'm a seafarer. As you notice, the way I talk is actually not a teacher like, Pero based on my experience, I really learned a lot. And I really invested my time, my money to learn about this industry. I have TESOL. I become a trainer in TESOL. I become a certified mastered and doctorate in TESOL. So, sobrang dami kong perang winaldas just to learn this industry. At it doesn't guarantee na magaling ako mag-English, but it is a guarantee, parang nag-guarantee ko, okay, I can actually apply those things that I learned from my trainings na natutunan ko. So, ganun, still learning process pa rin. So, dapat guys, you really have, what I'm trying to say, nawawala na ako, is kapag marami kang complain, sometimes tinatanong ko sarili ko, guys. If you're gonna ask me and then you complain something, even if I didn't ask you, my initial question to you, isipin nyo yan, before kayo nagtanong sa akin, I already asked this to you. Pero hindi ko yan sinatanong sa'yo proactively, but I already asked that as an initial action. How did you come up with this job? Pero yung talaga tanong ko, how did you get this job? Are you part of those teachers na no demo? Pwede? Or are you an ESL teacher before? Okay, and then pumasok kayo sa NativeCamp, sobrang easy lang kasi meron na kayo experience. Or mga ganun. Gaano ba kaliit yung karayom na penetrate mo bago ka nagkaroon ng opportunity to work at home or here at NativeCamp? Kapag wala kang hugot na ganun, there's a big possibility na yung mga ganun talaga, marami tayong mako-complain. I think I say something below the belt na, but what I'm trying to say here, guys, walang problema kayo. Okay, guys, walang problema kayo as a teacher. Ang problema lang is how you filter things. Ano yung mga nangyayari ngayon? Paano mo siya hinimay-himay? Kasi yan yung pinaka-importante, guys. Kahit gaano ka pa kagaling as a teacher, and then you have that attitude na hindi naman nakakatulong sa career mo, pwedeng yan yung dahilan kung bakit na-demotivate ka. It's not an excuse. I am also demotivated a lot of times. But I have a very good hugot. I have a very big hugot kung bakit ginagawa ko itong trabaho na to. For my family, for myself, and personal growth. Yun yung talagang pinaka-gusto ko, personal growth. Yung continue talaga. Kasi sa English, para sa akin, bago lahat eh. Grammar, how to use an English expression. Namamangha ako sa mga ganun. Maliliit na bagay, namamangha ako. So, the best thing that you have to do, guys, is you really have to identify ano yung hugot mo, why you're doing this job, and then identify paano mo siya penetrate yung industry na to. And then, kapag madali lang, siguro yan yung dahilan kung bakit marami kang complaint. So again, guys, I am evident, okay? I am an evident of this industry na pwede ka talagang magiging, hindi naman successful, hindi naman sobrang yaman tayo, but you can be confident in doing this job. Marami tayong mga internet kasi nabasa ko yung internet. Marami tayong mga success stories when it comes to ESL. Hindi lang ako, yung ibang mga ESL platform din, daming mga success stories dyan. Pero pinaka-importante talaga, guys, when it comes to problems to your students, yung mga nangyayari na bago ka pa lang dito, walang student. Normal lang yan, guys, kasi noon pa naman, kahit ako, sobrang hina ko rin sa mga reservations. Yung mga bagong teachers natin, mahina din sa mga reservations. Hindi ka lang nag-iisa. Ibig sabihin, normal lang siya. So, just make sure na i-ano mo siya, guys, join communities. Like for example, as what I've said, yung group page natin. Yung group page natin, guys, if you're a negative type of person, I'm so sorry, but I block you right away. I block you right away. I don't have time for negativities. Of course, I balance them. Pero kapag yung motivation mo to join the group is to demotivate people, I will block you right away. But kapag yung, gusto mo nang hingi ng tulong, gusto mong makinig, gusto mong matuto, please join us in our group page. Our teachers are so energetic and very proactive in answering those questions. Okay, guys? Alright, parang napaka-emotional ko ngayon. First time kong mag-live streaming na parang nagmo-motivate lang. Alright, so yeah, Pilar Baknagan, here, Buena Fe, Teacher Frank, paano malaman kung sino yung mga Kalan teachers? Paano may research? Out of curiosity lang po. Parami ba or hindi? Or matagal ba silang teachers or hindi? May mga bago tayong mga teachers, mga ano lang, 1 month lang nagka-Kalan training na. Depende talaga yan sa performance. How you gonna check that one? Go to nativecamp.net/waiting and click enter. And then, ano ba? Punta ka sa yung mga field. Make sure na i-translate mo kasi Japanese yun eh. So make sure na English yun. Tapos check mo yung mga books. Click mo yung Kalan. Marami talagang nagkakalan din. Pero it's not a guarantee na walang nagkakalan. Marami talagang magkakalan. Kasi konti pa rin. Maliit, yung number of Kalan teachers is lower than the number of students. And almost our students are very interested in taking Kalan lesson. So if you will be invited to do Kalan training, make sure to say yes. All right, time check. We only have 7 minutes for our live streaming. So make sure to ask your question as soon as possible. All right, so we have here Abigail Francisco. You're welcome po. Mary Grace Dayopay. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for dropping by. Mary Grace Dayopay. We have here Jubel Dumanag. Hello po, sir. What was your worst experience while handling your class? How did it go po? What did you do po to please the student even with the problem? Pleasing a student is, ginagawa ko yan kapag nabigay ko na yung gusto niya. Okay, like for example, gusto niya matuto ng English, di ba? And then yung ginamit niya material ito, dapat ibigay ko muna. Pleasing the student is an extra mile na. Yun yung pwede mong ibigay. Worst experience ko is when a student always taking my lesson, pero mayroon talaga siyang attitude problem. He was taking my lesson at sobrang weird kasi yung mukha niya lang tapos black lahat. And then the only goal that the reason why he was taking my lesson is to insult me, mga ganun-ganun. What I did first is I remind myself first, my student is online, nasa computer lang, hindi naman ako masasaktan yan. I have a virtual mute in my ear, so if the words are so foul already, I don't listen to them. Okay? And then when the student come back to learning English again, I listen, I assist them. Ganun. At yung student naman, parang wala naman siyang, hindi naman siya nagbibigay ng mga low stars, pero rude siya, okay lang yan sa akin. Kasi baka yun yung way niya, baka yun yung nakaka-inspire sa kanya to speak English. Ganon. You always have to assess also. Kapag rude, tapos hindi naman siya nagbibigay ng mga low ratings, go! Conduct my lesson. Hindi ko kawalan yan. And then, kapag yung student naman is rude pa, tapos nagbibigay pa ng mga low ratings, the good thing about this is NativeCamp allow us as a teacher to block those students. So, unang beses na nag-low rating siya pa, hindi ko naman alam na siya, pero parang sa lahat ng mga student ko, siya lang yung rude. At kapag nagtitake siya ng lesson sa akin, dun bumababa yung ratings ko. So, for me, parang, okay, baka siya talaga yung nag-low rating sa akin. So, yun, next lesson niya, inano ko, ni-record ko na, and then I send it to NativeCamp, and that's the time I block that student. Ganun lang. Make it sure na before you block a person, you give a lot of chances to the student first. Kasi yung pagbablock natin yan, dapat konti lang yan, guys. Kasi 10 lang pwede tayo mag-block. So, dapat make it sure na worth it na mag-block ng student only in that specific instances. Okay? So, ganoon guys, bigay muna. Chance. Tapos, naapektuhan na yung ratings mo. Doon ka na. Take ka pa rin ng lesson. Okay lang yan. Tapos, i-record mo na. Tapos, kapag talagang ganun yung si student, isesend mo yung Google Drive, isave mo yung video sa Google Drive at this. Ilagay mo yung editor. You have to change the status to editor para si NativeCamp, ma-check niya yung video mismo. And then, pag nangyari na yan, nakikita na, block mo na siya, tapos i-check yun ni NativeCamp na worth it ba. And then, doon na yun. Pwede mo na siyang ma-block. So, again, guys, our student, for me, I have a lot of students na talagang hindi na sila students sa akin. Yung parang part of the family na sila. Imagine working here for so long. Talagang makakapag-build ka ng relationship as a friend. Friend, guys. Sinabi ko talaga is a friend kasi dapat professional pa rin. I really build, parang napaka-incomplete ng day but if I cannot see my student. Kasi parang, wala kaming pinag-usapan ngayon. Ganun. So, minsan talaga, you really have to limit emotional relationship with your student. But if that happened, ako guys, meron akong student sobrang haba na talaga ng pinagsamahan namin as my student-teacher relationship. Talagang namamangha ka na lang kasi ibang tao, parang napapamahal ka na sa kanila. And then, ganito kasi yan guys, how you identify if you really care about your student, if you don't take advantage of them. Okay? So, for example, nagkakandak sila ng lesson, hindi ka nagpo-procrastinate, hindi ka nagiging lazy, you still conduct the lesson. Yun yung mga totoong student na talagang pupunta sa'yo at magsistay sa'yo. At talagang kahit na pagod ka na, nakikita na nila na pagod ka, they would really understand you. Ganun. So, again guys, be thankful of what you have right now. Again guys, yung mga nangyayari ngayon, I think hindi ikaw yung may problema, guys. I think you just need to motivate yourself. Yun yung kulang natin dito, guys, as a work from home employer or worker. Ang difference between the office base and the home base, ang pinaka-struggle sa home base, sa office base is yung transportation, working with other people, mga ganun. Pero sa home base is being alone. And we are very what I call this one, sensitive about being demotivated. Kapag home-based teacher ka, pag work from home employee ka, yun talaga yung parang nakakalunod sa atin. Yung pagiging malungkot, being alone. So the best thing that you really have to do is to invest yourself with motivation. Read books that motivates you. Read books that motivate you. Listen to podcasts. For example, mga ganito na mga live streaming, yung mga usapin na nakaka-relate ka sa industry na ito, makinig ka sa mga ganun. Kasi mga ganun na mga opportunities guys. Yung mga vlogger natin sa Native Camp na kahit na busy sila, nagba-vlog pa rin sila para makatulong sa inyo. You know what guys, again, let me repeat this. The only thing that motivates me so much of doing YouTube was helping people. And talagang napakaganda sa feeling yung talagang nakakatulong ka sa mga tao, yung mga simpleng thank you for the tips, at yung mga rude comments, talagang nakaka-motivate siya. Yung mga rude comments, sobrang nasasaktan tayo nun. Pero it gives me the fuel to learn more. Kasi, di ba, yung mga negative na yun, parang blessings yan. Kasi sa lahat ng mga nagti-thank you, may isa na nagsasabi ng di maganda, it's a blessing. It means you still have the room to improve. So, ganun dapat guys, that's how you motivate yourself. Okay? So, let's just help each other, mga ganun-ganun. All right, guys, so time check. We already consumed 1 hour of our live streaming. So, magtatapos na tayo in a short while. So, Restless Heart, thank you so much for the tips. I appreciate it a lot. It's so inspiring. You're welcome po. Cristel Marie Boynafe, you're welcome again. LG, nakakaisa pala ang pag-start mo sa NC Sir Frank, but look where you are now because nag-persevere ka talaga. Yes, very true po. Nakaka-inspire, nakakatawa. It's like that. It's not who you are today. Okay? Always remember, it's not important who you are today. What's really important, who you will become. Okay? Kasi sa goal mo. Yung pinaka-importante. Kung ano ka ngayon, it doesn't define who you are in the future. And guys. So kapag maraming mga negative, makinig ka lang. And then be silent, be a silent learner. May nag-correct sa akin. Yun pala, totoo nga din. May mali pala ako. Mga ganon. So, masaya lang dapat ang buhay, guys. Huwag masyadong stress. Brown Republic Trio, PH. Hello po, Teacher Frank. Buti, umabot ako sa live mo. Oh my God, Brown Republic Trio. This is the time for me to say, see you next time in our live streaming. But anyway, I will make sure that this live streaming will be published the day after today or tomorrow, okay? So make sure to watch the live streaming. Make sure to watch the recorded live streaming ngayon. So bukas po ito mapapublish, depende po kasi sa YouTube. So anyway, you can still go to my group page, NativeCamp Active Home-Based Teachers Nation Group Support Group. Yan po yung pangalan natin sa Facebook group page, NativeCamp Active Home-Based Teachers Nation Support Group. So make sure to join there para magkaroon po kayo ng mga updates when it comes to my live streaming. And also, you can still find the link for this recorded live streaming. So make sure to watch that, Miss Brown Republic Trio Philippines. All right, guys. So again, thank you so much for watching this live streaming. I'm so happy I was able to share to you and motivate you. If meron po kayong mga tanong, make sure that you're gonna join for our live streaming next week. So every Saturday po tayo, 1 p.m. Yun po yung talagang ginagawa ko every Saturday. But last Saturday po, hindi po ako nakapag-live streaming kasi wala po ako internet. So, I'm so sorry about it. But I tried to do my best na magiging responsible when it comes to my scheduling with live streaming. So, when it comes to updates, guys, you can actually check this channel. Make sure to subscribe in this channel. Every now and then, maybe 3 to 4 pages, videos I uploaded here in our channel just to give updates and trainings, free trainings, and also motivational contents. Mga ganun-ganun. Kahit anything under the sun that can inspire our fellow teachers and also our applicants. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching this live streaming. This is Frank again, and always remember that lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. So see you next time in our live streaming, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.